Hi lovely people, it's me! Woo! Back again. So today I am going to be doing a natural beauty tutorial for you. Can I just say I've never done a tutorial before. This is my first. I'm not a professional at all. I do my makeup how I like it, and yeah, hope it's good. Okay, so let's begin. So to start, make sure your face is nice and moisturised. So I used the Boots Simply Sensitive moisturiser just to get my face nice and soft before I start. Because that's just a good way to start it, really. I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer just to get my face sort of organised. So I just kind of rub it in between my fingers and just spread it, particularly over my nose, to get rid of pores that might stand out and that sort of thing. I just kind of rub it around, just using the tips of my fingers. Yeah, just like so. I'm going to use the Lasting Perfection concealer, which everybody raves about on YouTube. If you are into your YouTube tutorials, you will know that people love this stuff. So yeah, if you just take it and put it under your eyes, like so. Just sort of like in the kind of darker areas or the red areas. As you can see, I have really rosy cheeks and quite a red nose. I'm like Rudolph. So I would just apply it around here, like that. And then just take your ring finger or your middle finger and just kind of pat it into those areas. Just because I used to use a brush, but it ended up just taking off all I wanted. So instead, I just dab it in. Dab, 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 dab. Done! Woo. Next, I'm going to use the Superdrug BB cream, and I mix it because this is quite dark anyway. So I'm going to mix it with the Bourjois Happy Light Luminous Primer. I know I've already put a primer on, but this kind of makes this lighter, and for wintertime you don't want to have like a really dark face in comparison to the rest of you. So I just squirt the tiniest blob onto my hand, like so. I guess because this is a natural tutorial, we don't want too much makeup on. You don't want to look too cakey. And then just take a pump of that. Voila! Perfecto. And then I'm going to take the Real Techniques buffing brush and just kind of dab it to mix it up a bit. And then blend it into my face. You don't have to puff out your cheeks like me. I just choose to because it's easier. So I would blend it down and do a bit of circular motions because you don't want to catch your peach fuzz, which are the tiny hairs on your face, just because they might end up sticking up if you do that. And always go out from the nose. So don't go into the nose, go out from the nose. And do a bit down the neck as well. Make sure it's like in or around the corners of your nose as well. You don't want to miss bits out. under the neck just to make sure it's nice and blended in. Don't want like a line. Great. Done! So as you can see, it's quite dewy. What I find with that luminous primer is that it makes it nice and glowy, which is great. And in those, like, in the winter months, you want to be able to look like you're glowing constantly. So some people may not like that. So in that case, I always take the Rimmel Clear Complexion powder. So it's translucent. I don't really use coloured like powders. I just kind of like something that's clear and will just mattify my face to stop the shine. So I'm using the Real Technique multitask brush for this. Just swirl it around, and I find that patting it on is better than swirling it around. So just pat it onto all those problem areas. So normally my T-zone is the worst for this. I get particularly shiny because I have quite oily skin. Wonderful. Yay! At this point I probably, as you can see, I've got pretty big bags under my eyes. Thanks Mum and Dad for that one. So again, just a tiny bit. I just dot it on. You don't really need that much. You know, this is a natural look. But then again, you do want your bags concealed, don't you? Just use your ring finger and just make sure it's nice and smoothed out. There you go, done. People would normally do a bit of blusher at the minute. As you can see by my big rosy cheeks, Irish complexion, I don't really need blusher. So if I was going to use blusher for the times that it's cold outside and I just have no colour in my face, I would use Frat Boy by The Balm. So this is actually American. I had to think there for a second. This is an American company. Really quite like Benefit. I got it whenever I was in Canada over the summer, and it's great. It's a lovely like pinky peachy colour, really nice, and lovely in this sort of weather when you just want a lovely glow off your cheeks. So again, I don't really use a brush because of my massive red cheeks, so I would take my two fingers and just swirl it around and kind of go up my cheekbone and kind of swirl it in. Just because you want like a red pinky touch, you don't want too much. Well, not in my case with my massive red cheeks. If you have big red cheeks as well, share the love with me. It's hard. We can fight this together, having big rosy cheeks. Anyway, moving on. So that is kind of what I'm going for at the minute. Nice light look for eyes. So with this look, I'm not going to go too heavy with eyeliner. I normally would, as you've probably seen in my other videos, I'd have quite a thick line up here. But for this, I'm just going to do like no eyeliner. Ah, breaking away from the norm. So I am using Benefit and Leggy. I would show you, but it's really cracked. So if I can like tip it up so you can see. Yeah, see, really cracked. So it's like a pinky browny nudie colour. So whenever I put it on, it kind of gives it just like a nice sheen. I'm using a brush with no name. This is from Superdrug, almost like £1. Really just good for putting on base eyeshadows. So I'm going to take it, little dab on the brush, and put it on. I just do like 2 coats because it gets it a nice amount of colour. There we go. Ooh. So next I would use, well, I am going to use the collection. Don't know why it's not called Collection 2000 anymore. If you know, comment below. So Collection No Clumps Definition Mascara. This was like £2 and it's pretty darn good. So I'm normally used to using like Maybelline or Rimmel mascaras, and I ran out of money and was like, what can I get which is good? And I picked up this and everyone's like, oh my goodness, your eyelashes are so girly. And I'm like, yeah, they are. It's great. But it tends to drop, like all the mascara ends up coming down under your eyes at the end of the day. That kind of happens with a lot of mascaras. But yeah, it's a cheapie. It's good. So whenever I apply mascara, I don't pump it. Don't pump your brush, don't, because that makes your mascara dry up quicker. You want to sort of like twist it and then pull it up. It means you still have enough mascara on your brush, but it stops your mascara from clumping and getting all dry. It means it lasts longer, saves you money. Woo. Okay, so I would just sort of twist the brush. Now this is hard, I've perfected this over the years. Sort of like twist it in your fingers as you go up the eyelash. Like that. If you find that too hard, then you can also just do like a wiggle, like that. Wiggle, 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 wiggle here. So yeah. Let's do the other eye. And for the sake of today, because it's a natural look, I'm not going to put any on the bottom of the lashes. I'm just going to keep it all top. There we go. Woo! Not done yet. Almost forgot. So, to finish this, I'm going to use Maybelline Baby Lips Lip Balm. I talked about this in my favourite lip products. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. So yeah, I'm just going to put this on. Very nice. Pink finish on my lips. So yeah, that is me done. Woo! Chat to you about quickly. If you didn't already know, I'm a Christian, and I believe in God. If that turns you off and you don't want to watch me anymore, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, just listen on if you'd like to know more. So basically, I was going to talk to you about one of the verses in the Bible that I think sticks out for me as being, you know, it talks about beauty and how we as women should be thinking about beauty and that sort of thing. So it is in 1 Peter, which I'm struggling to find. So this is 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewellery or the clothing you wear, but let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. So for me, whenever I was younger, I did not know anything about makeup. I had a bit of a bad time at school with the way I looked, and I felt pressure into using makeup just to impress boys and that sort of thing. And I felt uncomfortable, like it just wasn't nice. And basically I got told about those verses, and it showed me, it put me in perspective of where my eyes should be, like that, you know, my adorning should not be external. That's not necessarily to say that it's not okay for Christians to wear makeup, because that's completely fine. It was made for us to feel more confident about ourselves and to boost our self-esteem, which can only really be a good thing. And yeah, it's to let you know out there that if you are struggling with how you look and feel about yourself, don't worry about it, because in God's eyes that's not what's important, and He will still love you for it. And really, if people are giving you stick about how you look with or without makeup on, who cares? Like, you are beautiful. Everybody who's watching this, you are beautiful, and God thinks you're beautiful, and you don't need makeup to prove that. I will continue to wear makeup always, just because I love it. I'm a bit weird, a bit OCD about putting makeup on. There's something very therapeutic about it, but you don't have to. You don't need to. And if you feel comfortable about it and it makes you feel confident, then that's a great thing. You shouldn't feel put off by doing that. And, you know, if you take that verse in a different way, let me know. Comment below and tell me how you think about that verse. To me, that's how I felt about it. Is that it made me feel more confident in myself and the way I looked. Of course, I like using makeup and I think it's great. But at the end of the day, who cares what other people think? To me, it's about what God thinks of me. And I am precious in His sight, and so are you. And yeah. So I'm blabbering. But I just thought you would like to know that. And if you have any questions, please comment and, you know, subscribe and let me know if you have any questions about Christianity and that sort of thing. Because hopefully in my next few videos I will be talking about Christianity a bit more openly. So yeah, have a wonderful day! Woo! And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and yeah, peace out.